So stand by, ladies and gentlemen. We're setting up YouTube Live here. All right, very good. So we should be live on YouTube right now as we speak. And so if one of you want to go ahead and log into YouTube just to make sure that you can see us, that would be great. You can go to BITLOCITY YouTube Live in order to do that. And then just put a note in the Q&A box and let us know that we are live there. And so if you're on YouTube right now, go ahead and comment and like and share and say hello to everyone. We'd like to welcome you to BITLOCITY. So this is our pre-launch day and pre-launch announcement. So we've got some exciting things we're going to share with you, let you know exactly where we are, ladies and gentlemen, and exactly what is coming for all of us. So we're very excited about BITLOCITY. Excellent, excellent. So we've got a large group of people from all over the world. I see Clyde with us from Suriname. I see Jason here. I see my friend Will from Seattle, Washington. All right, we've got Rosa with us from Northern Indiana. Welcome to the call. And Alan is here from Ontario, Canada. Glad you could join us. I see Jim is with us as well. Welcome to the call, Jim. And we've got Tim West on the call. Welcome. We've got Ron from San Antonio, Texas. Welcome, welcome, Ron. Let me just do a little check here. Just want to make sure that everything is good on YouTube there. Great, and if you can see us on YouTube, and you can go ahead and type in the box that everything is good. And if you can do that in the Telegram group as well. I'm sorry, in the Zoom group as well, that would be great as well. All right, so we've got a few more people here, and stand by, folks. All right, excellent, excellent, excellent. So welcome to the call, everyone. All right, I see. Let's see who we have here as well. Okay. So we've got David and Cynthia with us, Brandy as well from Alabama. Welcome to the call. I see Paulette from Southeastern Oregon. We've got Henry from Waco, Texas, and Wanda with us from Delhi. Actually, Wanda from Louisiana. Sorry about that, Wanda. All right, we've got Troy from Oregon. Glad you could join us. Christine with us. Catherine. Catherine's with us also from Ontario, Canada. Jocelyn is here. Welcome, Crystal. All right. We've got Beth with us from OK City, Oklahoma City. Glad you could join us. All right. Diana is with us from Massachusetts. Welcome to the call. We're going to give it about another 2 minutes. Then we're going to get started. We've got 2,800 people on the Zoom, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to max out here at 3,000. Be sure to send out those reminders and those text messages. Get your team members on this special call today. All right, I see Beth is with us. She says she loves the jazz music. That was Chicago. Some of you guys might remember them back in the day. I'm probably, dating myself right now because I was a teenager when they were big. All right, I see Princess on the line. Welcome to the call. All right, Katie is here. Welcome. She says, love the music. Thank you so much. She appreciates it. All right. And we've got Cecilia with us from New Jersey. Glad you could join us. Daniel from Detroit, Michigan. He says, I like that song. Absolutely. All right. We got Dante from Illinois. Welcome to the call. We've got Desani with us from TNT, Trinidad, Tobago. Glad you could join us. Welcome to the call. Laura and Glass from Denver. All right. And all of you out there in Texas and the Houston area, we're praying for you that you would get your power back on, that life will be restored to normal with a quickness. So we're rooting for you guys out there, partner together, take care, look out for one another, and everything is going to be just fine. All right. Excellent, 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 excellent. So we're looking really good. I want to give it just another couple more minutes here. So we maxed out on the Zoom at 3,000 participants, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And we should be good on YouTube right now as well. And if you're able to get on YouTube and you've got the ability to text me just to let me know that everything is good over there, I certainly would appreciate it. I see Dr. Sherry with us from Tennessee. Welcome. We got Stephanie from New Jersey. All right, Janine from Texas. Hope you're doing okay out there, Janine. All right, we've got Rami from the suburbs of Chicago. Welcome to the call. Doris from Florida. Kwame from Connecticut. And we've got AM from Cameroon. All right, so we are international, as you all know. All right, I see Jody with us and Matt from Connecticut, Bobby from Southern California. All right, YouTube is good and YouTube is live. Excellent, excellent. We really like it when technology works the way it's supposed to. All right, it helps a lot when you don't have a snowstorm going on. All right, across the country, coast to coast. So welcome everyone, all of you from YouTube and everybody on Zoom as well. So if you can't get into Zoom, make sure you text your team members, let them know they can log in through BITLOCITY-YouTubeLive.com. All right, we're going to give it just another 2 minutes here, ladies and gentlemen, then we're going to get started. I see we've got Cara with us from Las Vegas, Nevada, Jeanette from Ohio. We've got Phil from Philadelphia. Welcome. Ravi from Canada. Welcome to the call. Lori from Minnesota. We've got, let's see, we got folks all the way from Atlanta. I see Mark from Atlanta and Tiffany from Fredericksburg, Virginia, right up the road from where I am. We've got Jeanette from UK. All right, welcome to the call. UK, so glad to have you on the call with us. Right, we've got Dallas in the house, Janae from Dallas, Texas. And I hope you're doing good out there in Dallas, Janae. We've got Richard from Linden, Virginia. We've got Mindy from Lansing, Kansas. Kevin from Los Angeles. So we're certainly coast to coast, north, south, east, and west. And we're international as well. I see Mary from Oklahoma. Welcome to the call. We've got Agent K, Team Worldwide from Maryland. Glad you could join us. All right. We've got Nancy Bitgirl from Westlake, California. We've got Billy from Atlanta and Dolores from Chicago. Welcome to the call. Bernice from Johns Island, South Carolina. We see Gwendolyn from Newcastle, Delaware. We've got Janie with us from Tennessee. Glad you could join us. Scott from Pennsylvania. All right, and we've got David from Indianapolis, Indianapolis. All right, and we also have got Angela with us from Camp Springs, Maryland. Welcome to the call, ladies and gentlemen. I think we are good. We're going to go ahead and get right into it, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to talk about the most important thing that everybody is on this call to know about right now. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to talk about our pre-launch date. So we know there's been a little chatter, out there in the airwaves about exactly what's going on with BITLOCITY. Are we going to launch today? What exactly is going on? Well, this is what you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. Our official paid pre-launch will be February the 27th, 2021. Let's go ahead and get this recording started. So the most important thing you want to know about our paid pre-launch date is going to start on Saturday, February the 27th, 2021 at 7 p.m. The founders will get 24-hour priority placement. So I know many of you were expecting us to go live this morning, but here's what you need to know. We're not going live this morning, but there's something that we are doing that's absolutely going to impact all of us in a major way. Let's go ahead and talk about exactly where we are and exactly what's happening with us. So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. In the last minutes, just before launch, we discovered two things. The first was a minor glitch within the system, and the second was an opportunity to do something awesome for our entire community, ladies and gentlemen. But timing is essential because, the last thing we want is to delay our launch a few more days. We know everybody's anxious to go, and so are we, ladies and gentlemen. But as you know, our primary goal is to launch a program that's 110% functioning as designed. And that's exactly what we're going to do. But as anyone who is successful in trading the markets can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, what sometimes appears to be bad is actually good. And that's what we believe right now, ladies and gentlemen, because for us, we have discovered that while the glitch is corrected, we can also implement an amazing enhancement for our community that makes this short delay well worth the wait, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so here's the thing. And this enhancement, which can only be implemented before launch, ladies and gentlemen, it has already been completed. It's already done, ladies and gentlemen. So you might say, so where do we go from here? After a short retest is done, following the error correction, that's when we launch, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we already gave you the date. So what is this new enhancement that we're so excited about? After anyone joining BITLOCITY at the $25 bronze level, ladies and gentlemen, will now be qualified to earn commissions in the Unilevel, even if they have not purchased the $75 gold package. All right, what does that mean? That means if you refer anyone who purchases any package from the $75 package and up, that you will earn 50%. You will earn 50% of the package price according to our compensation payout model. All right, we know that this is going to impact a lot of lives. Anyone joining BITLOCITY, even if they join at the $25 level, ladies and gentlemen, they will now be able to earn commissions from the $75 level and up. When they refer someone who activates and purchases any of those levels, they'll be qualified to earn 50% of the package price according to our compensation model. This is our announcement, and this is how we're going to take what appears to be bad. This is how we're taking it and we're turning it into good to help our community do some extraordinary things throughout 2021 and beyond. All right, so here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to bring on our speaker, Mr. B. He's going to come on and kind of elaborate about this, but he's also going to share with you in some detail our compensation model and exactly how this feature is going to help you explode your income. Let me ask you a question. Type in the chat box, type a Y in the chat box if you think that this enhancement is going to have a major impact on your lives and the lives of our community. Type a Y in the chat box if you like this enhancement, ladies and gentlemen, and if you are excited about what this can do for you and I and others who partner up with us. Go ahead and type a yes in the chat box and let us know how you feel. If you're on YouTube and you like this and you're excited about this new enhancement as to what it can do for you and I and our community, ladies and gentlemen, say yes, I'm excited, I like it, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and I'm going to bring on Mr. B, who's gonna share some additional information with all of us, ladies and gentlemen, and also break down this compensation model and share with you how this new enhancement can empower all of us. Very good. And Mr. B, are you there, sir?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Welcome to the call.
Oh, man. Listen, I know I'm going to struggle here a little bit. I have no voice because I was going to talk through this. And then I decided last night there's really nothing else to do at night except sleep. So why sleep? let's put together a slide deck so we don't have to just talk through it. We could actually show people some of the incredible, what I consider to be genius enhancements that were actually done by the developers. I can't take any credit for it. I just get the interface with them. But here's the thing. I want to tell you how fast this is moving, guys, and how amped we are. And I'm going to talk about that. I love the fact that, sir, you just announced out the launch date, but this is how fast things are moving. Literally, while you were actually announcing out the launch date right there, right? They told us, hey, it's going to be Saturday. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Pacific time. When we first heard that, my instant reaction was, hey, I know you guys are thinking globally and you're thinking that's going to be the morning somewhere else in the world. But, listen, there's a lot of people here. I'm in the U.S. I'm in North America. I know there's a lot of people here, and 7 p.m. Pacific time would be 10 p.m. Eastern, right? On the way. So can we do it earlier? So just so you know, sir, this is how fast things are moving. Literally, when you were announcing that just now, about 3 minutes ago, I think I timed it. The developers were texting me to say, hey, you know what? We worked it out for you. Now you can launch on that same exact day, but you can do it at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So all of you people in the U.S., you're not going to be waiting all the way until nighttime now. on Saturday to get going. You're going to actually be able to get into the system starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time, Saturday the 27th. And as you actually just heard it said as well, for the founders, those of you who have kind of gotten in from the beginning, been loyal, and we promised you we were going to do something for you, you're going to get 24 hours of priority placement. And guys, listen, for all you founders, we're going to have some emails coming out to you, some other information in a Telegram group for you that's going to actually set you up to let you know exactly what you need to know and what you need to do. The other thing I want to tell you is this, because I heard you just say it, but I want to make sure everybody gets this. We're calling this our paid pre-launch that's going to happen next Saturday for the world, next Friday for the founders. So why is it paid pre-launch? Here's what it means. Doors are open. You can now get in real Bitcoin, buy all your different packages, and guess what? Also, you're going to get paid right away. So everybody's going to be able to earn all their contributions. Everybody's going to be able to operate the system perfectly. But the reason why we still wanted to call it a pre-launch, paid pre-launch, and not just a full launch is because, listen, we're not going to say that the system's perfect until you say the system's perfect. So if you come in and you've got some cool psychological reason why in the back office on page 17, in this part or whatever, that we should have that dot blue instead of black because it's proven that psychologically blue instead of black makes people feel better and blah, 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 blah. And we can go, hey, we might make it blue instead of black. You guys understand that? So until you say it's perfect, it's not perfect in our mind. So in that manner, through this paid pre-launch period, we have a chance to make any final minor enhancements or whatever, and things that are going to make it better from the perspective of our community, because this is a community project. And then at that point, we're going to say, okay, now we're full launch. It won't change anything in terms of how the you're being rewarded from the rewards plan, any of that stuff. That's all going to be the same. But we're not going to say it's perfect until you say it's perfect. So it's a paid pre-launch to work out any other things that you might decide, hey, just do this or put this word here or whatever. And then it's full launch time. Doesn't change anything. Starting next Friday for the founders and the next Saturday for the rest of the world, you are now engaging fully in the model. You were able to get in, sign people up, etc. And also you are actually getting the contributions through the reward system. So hopefully that's clear to everyone. Again, this is being recorded. You're gonna be able to watch this over and over again, but I want to kind of get into a couple of things really quickly that I think are absolutely genius about this model. The first thing you just heard, but I want to show it to you graphically because I don't want any misunderstanding. This is go time, guys. We are 7 days. This is go time, and I need you to be able to communicate this clearly to anybody who's not on it. We've got 3,000 people on the Zoom. We've got probably another few thousand people on the YouTube. We talked about this used to only be able to hold 1,000 people. We talked about upgrading it to 3,000. I got a feeling if we upgraded this to 100,000, it would still max out. There still wouldn't be big enough because I don't know if there's a platform that's big enough to contain what's happening here in terms of momentum within BITLOCITY. So it's truly exciting. But listen, this is what you just heard. Now I want to show it to you what it looks like. If you were at the bronze, if you came in right now and you said, hey, the most I can afford to do, the biggest contribution that I can make right now, I can pay my membership, and then I can only contribute $25 in to just for the bronze level. That's fine, right? But where that would put you is squarely in just the infinity line, the $25 bronze infinity line, right? So technically you wouldn't even have gotten up to the gold level yet, which is where you are now a full participant in the Unilevel and the matrix side of the rewards system, right? So the way that this was set up, we said, listen, here's what we realized though, you could come in at bronze. That's just where you are. That's just your financial reality right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. We are a platform that is here to help everyone, right? But just because you're at that bronze level and that's where your financial reality is, it doesn't mean that you don't know someone who is doing way better right now from a financial standpoint that's not going to look at this and say, oh no, oh man, I get it. I've got a big, I got a wallet with a whole lot of Bitcoin in it. And I see that this is a way to really go out and really create more leverage. And you might know that person. So you might go talk to that superhero and say, hey, listen, go take a look at this webinar, take a look at this video, go take a look at my website. And they're like, I am in. And this person, this super stud says, hey, I don't play around. I don't mess around. I don't believe in taking slow steps or baby steps or whatever. I'm coming right into the door and I'm going all the way to the top, and I'm going up to the crown ambassador level. And I'm just showing this to give you an extreme example, because I want there to be no misunderstanding of what just got put on the table for everybody. So this person comes in crown ambassador. Now, here's the reality, right? Here's the reality. In any other company, that would mean absolutely nothing to you. In fact, what it would really mean to you is, I just missed a ridiculous amount of Bitcoin. Because in any other company, they would say, hey, if you're not all the way up to this level, you can't get anything from this level or any of these other levels, et cetera. And even in our company, we said, hey, we told everybody, we said, hey, you got the first part of it is the bronze and the silver, which are just simply part of our global infinity line. And then once you get to the gold level and above, now you're able to start getting a gold level matrix at the gold level, then a platinum level matrix, the platinum. Now you're participating in the Unilevel and the matrix. But we thought about it and we said, man, if this happened, something like this happened, wow, here's what you'd be looking at. If somebody actually just started at this level, then remember what they would be doing. That means they would actually be coming in and putting in contributions at all of these levels. And these 12, starting at gold all the way up through crown ambassador, right? Those 12 actually go into the Unilevel and the matrix. So if you added up all of these 12, 100,000 plus 50,000 plus 20,000, you can do it. You can do it. I've already done it. Try to save you some math, right? If you added them all up, and then you remember that there's a $10 profit and promotion fee at each level, right? So you would add all these up, so subtract out, that's 12 different packages. So 10 times 12 would be 120, and then divide it by 2. You would get $94,752.50 worth of Bitcoin in the Unilevel, and $94,752.50 worth of Bitcoin into your matrix. And in any other company, you at the bronze level would get zero. Even in this company, you're technically not even in the Unilevel and matrix portion of the business yet. You are simply in the global infinity line at the bronze level. But what we said and what you just heard was, hey, because of that minor glitch that they were able to say, okay, we can go fix that. But it gave us a chance to kind of throw one final thing in there that we have been really thinking about in terms of being, we wanted to go beyond being fair. We wanted to do something that no one else would ever, not even never think of. Even if they thought of it, they probably still wouldn't do it, right? We said, everybody, no one in our system will ever go with a 0 and not get a reward if they're actually doing effort. So now the way that it is programmed now is, now in this company, even if you're at the bronze level and this happened, that $94,752.50 out of the Unilevel is coming to you. Okay, that's coming to you. Now, granted, a lot of you might be sitting there thinking to yourself, oh my God, that's unbelievable that I could have just paid a $25 membership fee and then $25 a contribution here for just the bronze level, and I knew a superstar, and somehow $94,752.50 worth of it. And I can imagine that if you were only in a financial position right now to make a bronze contribution of $25, this level of Bitcoin would change your entire life. I can only imagine that it would change your entire life. And that's what we wanted to do. So that is how it's going to work. Now, keep in mind, guys, that's not an incentive for you to simply come in and chill at the $25 level, because remember, you're still leaving $94,752.50 from the matrix portion on the table, because you don't have any matrices. So you still want to come in at the very highest level that you can afford. Whatever you can afford to do, that's the level of contribution you want to make, because you don't want to leave this on the table. You want it. We don't want to see you leave anything on the table. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I'd love to see you just get it all, right? But the reality is that we're doing something that no one else in the entire world is doing. And you gotta understand this, because as you understand this and you're able to effectively communicate this to others, this is going to blow your business up. It really is. You're going to have people saying, well, I cannot believe that it works like that. And and because of that, you're going to have people that are actually going to come in. Hey, again, bronze, maybe silver. That's all they can do. That's all they can muster. But they know a lot of people who are not in the same situation that they are at the moment, and they're going to be able to rapidly improve their situation. And then, if they're smart, say, hey, I got this 94,752, but I know some other people like this, and I'm not going to leave the matrix portion on the table for those other people, and they can use this to start really going and pushing up some more levels very quickly, right? And they can go in and they can upgrade, and now the next super stud that they bring to the table, they're not just picking up this side, they're picking up a significant part of this side as well. So I wanted to make sure that you got that, because that's a big deal. Sir, I heard you say it. I know I saw all the yeses happening in the chat box, but for those of you that maybe didn't click a Y because you weren't quite sure, you might want to start clicking the Y now, because this is unbelievable what's happening here at BITLOCITY. I love the generosity and the heart and the spirit of the developers, and then the advisory board that's working with the developers. This is, to me, this was over the top. I don't think anybody expected this, but that's absolutely amazing. So that's one thing. Now I want to go through a couple of other things that are happening to show you how in real time, these developers are taking the game to the next level, because they're really paying attention to what's happening out there in this entire Bitcoin universe, right? In this, and they're saying, hey, in real time, we're responding in real time, and we're making the things that need to happen. So this is the best platform that's ever been created. So let's talk about Unilevel Pass Ups. And again, I'm not here to do a detailed, rewards plan overview. You've seen the presentations. I'm going to do a presentation tomorrow. So if you haven't seen a presentation yet, I know we're going to talk about that towards the end of this. You definitely want to get on the one tomorrow. But here, I just want to say we have these Unilevel Pass Ups, and for those of you who've seen it, right, we got the Leverage Builder Unilevel, and one of the features of it is that, hey, you're going to actually come in, and as you're building your Unilevel, everybody goes front line to you, and your third person, their Unilevel contributions are going to pass up to your sponsor, as well as the contributions of your 10th person, right? And so that's how the pass ups were designed. And this is an incredible feature in terms of leverage, because, not only, you're passing up the third and 10th to your sponsor, but remember what that also means. It means all of your people, their third and 10th, right? So all of your people, their third and 10th, they're all passing up to you. Everybody's seen this before if you've been paying attention. And a lot of people love this feature because, like, wow. So in this example, I'm giving up the contributions of 2 to get 20 additional contributions coming to me. That just explodes the amount of Bitcoin that's coming into my wallet. That's amazing. So that was awesome, and that's what we were talking about. But here's what the developers realized. Here's what they realized. They said, okay, here's what we see has happened over and over and over and over and over again in other companies with pass ups in the real world, right? And in the real world, it's kind of different than on paper, right? On paper, it looks awesome because the paper assumes that everybody's just naturally going to do the right thing and just purely just say, hey, let's just go put people in. Let's not worry about the order that we're referring them. Who cares if it's a pass up or not? Because I'm going to get all these pass ups, and oh my God, it's utopia. But here's the reality. In the real world, what they saw happening in a lot of other companies, where they took this beautiful pass up system and people tried to subvert it. They tried to scam it. So this is what they started doing. I'm going to show you this. So they knew that it was going to be the third and the 10th. So they said, okay, cool. So I got my first person, who I know is a stud, my friend John. So I'm going to get John in first, right? And so John's going to go in that first position. Then I got my second person, Mary, who I know Mary is also a stud. So I'm going to make sure Mary is the second person I let get into the system. This third one is going to be a pass up. I don't really want to pass up anything because I'm greedy. I want all the pass ups, but I don't want to pass up because I'm greedy. So what am I going to do? Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll put in my dog, Mr. G Shepherd. I'm going to put in Mr. G Shepherd. Nobody's going to know it's Mr. G Shepherd. And the thing about Mr. G Shepherd is we're going to make sure, because it's really just me, I'm only going to pay the membership fee and the $25 infinity loop for Mr. G Shepherd. And now Mr. G Shepherd is in that third spot. And guess what? Pass ups only occur from the $75 package up to the $100,000 package. So what does that mean? That means G Shepherd is in the third spot, but there's never actually going to be a pass up. I'm so smart. I figured out a way to game the system. Now I put in more and more and more of my studs in the other positions, and I'm at the 10th spot. I know what I'll do. I'll put in my kitten, Cool Cat Williams. I'm going to put in Cool Cat Williams over here. And again, just $25 infinity line because I'm so smart. I'm gaming the system. And unfortunately, guys, I hate to say it, right? But that's the real world. People are like, hey, I want to get all the pass ups, but I don't want to give any pass ups. So I'm putting in, my dog, my cat. I'm putting in Pete the parrot or Freddie the fish or whatever I got to do to make sure I'm not giving it up. So what we saw was if this activity started to happen and started to duplicate, it completely breaks down the whole role of having pass ups, where it's an incredible leverage system that is going to potentially help people get hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of additional contributions just because of the pass up. So this is what the developers did. This is what they said, hey, let's do this so we can have a pure pass up system. We're not going to worry about attaching the pass up to the third and 10th people. The pass ups now are going to be the third and 10th package contribution at every level. What does that mean? What does that mean? How does that change things? Here's how it happens. Let's say we're at the $75 level that we're looking at. And I just want you to understand, in your back office, it's coded this way. I'm showing you behind the scenes the coding, right? For every single level from 75 all the way through 100,000. So 75, 100, 200, 500, 750, all the way up to 100,000, right? It has, I'm showing you the first three for this example, but it's going to have a list of 10 of these spots that it has coded in the background. And it's just looking to check them off. So now what's going to happen is your first person that you put in, they come in and they actually upgrade to the $75 package. It's going to say, okay, that's the $75 package. That's the gold level. That's a check mark next to the first $75 package. Awesome. Second person comes in, upgrades to the $75 package. It says, okay, that's another $75 package. We now have another check mark next to our next gold package. The third one, you're trying the G Shepherd trick. You're trying to put my German Shepherd in for the 25. That's fine. You can do that. But because it's only a $25 level, that does not produce a check mark to say that that is the third $75 package that is produced. This is different, isn't it? Your fourth person gets started. They come in at the 75. They upgrade to the $75 package. That produces the check mark for the third package. The third package is the one that's the pass up. So even though this is your fourth entry, that is going to become the pass up because it's the third package that's marketed. Do you guys understand that? What does that mean? It means you can't game the system. It means you can't put in your pets. You can't put in dead people that are not, you can't do anything that's going to, you can't game the system. It now becomes a pure pass up system. And you know what else? Guess what? This is just one level. As people start upgrading to the $100 level, right? They may not go in this same order. This person, just because they were in first and came in at the $75 upgrade level they upgraded to, they may not be the first person to upgrade to the $100 level. In fact, this person right here might be the very first person to upgrade to your $100 level. So they would be the first to upgrade. And then let's say that this person was the second upgrade to the $100 level, and this person was the third to upgrade to the $100 level. Then they would be the $100 pass up. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can't sit back and try to figure it out and try to game it and try to create this or break. You can't. It's just going to be what it's going to be. The third and the 10th package contribution at every level will pass up to your sponsor. But here's what it also means. The third and the 10th package contribution for all of your people will pass up to you. Pure pass up system, pure leverage. You're now guaranteed to get the pass ups. Nobody can trick it out with pets or whatever. Everybody's going to get the pass ups, and everybody's going to earn a lot more contributions because of the way that this is programmed. To me, this is pure genius. I mean, I know if our developers are watching this right now, You guys are amazing. You're amazing. And the things that you're thinking of to make sure that this works like it's supposed to work and that everybody is able to benefit within this community. I want to just give you guys a real thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I really, really appreciate all the hard work, all the late hours, et cetera, that you're doing. So that's the pass ups. Now, the leadership bonus pool. And I know a lot of people, they caught it. We were talking on some of the different webinars that I was doing. I know other people doing webinars too, but I was doing a few personally, and I was talking about the fact that we had this leadership bonus pool, and we start, and the leadership bonus pool was capped at $1 million, which we assumed, I think, when we were actually thinking about that it would probably take us, if we had the right level of momentum, maybe we would get to that $1 million. We'd be able to have that story that we actually gave away $1 million into our top 10 recruiter pool. We thought that maybe 6 months we'd be able to do that. But that was before 130,000 plus people signified that they were interested, and before tens of thousands of other people said, hey guys, when are you opening up? Because we want to get going too, right? So now we're thinking, we might hit that $1 million cap. You know what I mean? We might actually hit it in our first month, which is our goal. But I just wanted to show you something, because I think it's incredible. Again, for those of you who have not been on a presentation before, real quick cover. For the top 10 recruiters every single month, right? Every single month. Every time there's an upgrade, we're taking $5. Every time there's an upgrade from $75 up to 100,000, we're taking $5 and we're putting it into this leadership top recruiter pool. So $5 for every upgrade. So if one person upgrades 4 times, in a day or in a week or in a month, right? That's 4 $5 hits to the pool. So it's better than every time there's a new recruit, because one person can upgrade multiple times, and that's $5 every single upgrade. So I want you guys to understand that we wanted to be more generous than anybody has ever been. So we said it was going to be on upgrades, not even on recruits, but we're going to reward the people who are driving all the growth and all the momentum. So the top 10 recruiters will fall into this pool. And at the end of the month, right, we're going to actually split it up based off of these percentages. Number 1 gets 20%, 2 and 3, 15%, 4 through 6, 10% of the pool, and 7 through 10 get 5%, right? 5%. Now, we normally do an example in all of our presentations. And if you watch the presentation tomorrow, you see the conservative example. Hey, what if this pool was just at $50,000 worth of Bitcoin? This is what everyone would earn. But now that we're seeing what's happening, now that we're seeing the momentum, now that we're seeing that we increased it to 3,000 and we still capped out at 3,000, right? And we still have thousands of people on YouTube right now. We said, man, we could actually get to this $1 million first time out, right? Now, keep in mind, you just heard what was said. We're actually, the official launch date is going to be February 27th, with all of the founders being able to get 24 hours of priority placement starting on February 26th. So listen, we're not going to run the bonus pool for the 26th, 27th, and 28th of February, just 3 days. So we're going to include all of that though, right? And we're going to have the first bonus pool is actually going to go from the 26th, right, which is when all of the founders are coming in, all the way into the end of March. That will be the first bonus pool. So right at the top of April, we're paying out that bonus pool to the top 10. So we're going to just run those last few days of this month and also all of next month. And then following that, it'll always be each calendar month. But again, we didn't want to just have a 3-day bonus pool. We didn't think thought that was a little ridiculous. I hope you guys agree. So we're going to actually run it until the end of March, and that'll be our first bonus pool. But we want this to be $1 million. We want that story. Think about this. Think about what I just said. The developers, right, and the advisory board, they are begging you to let them pay out $1 million in bonuses, right? Above and beyond everything else, $1 million in bonuses in our first month in existence, just because we want that story. So how many of you can be unselfish enough to go out and actually be in the top 10? Let us actually go out there and pay you a $50,000 bonus if you're number 7 through 10, $100,000 bonus if you're numbers 4 through 6, $150,000 bonus if you're number 2 through 3, or $200,000 if you're the number 1 recruiter. If you can be that unselfish to let us pay you one of those figures, please put a Y right now into the box. Just so I know that we're dealing with the right crowd here. If you can be that unselfish, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for unselfish people that will actually raise their hand and say, I'm going to let you guys pay me $200,000 the first month out as an extra added bonus, just so you guys can have the story and I can keep the $200,000 of Bitcoin. I just want to know that I'm dealing with the right crowd here and we're not talking to the wrong people. So, okay, I see a lot of that going on. I think we have the right crowd here. So we believe that we're going to be able to get to this cap. And that's our goal, is to hit that. And listen, and then once we're there, we want to stay there. We want to pay out $1 million in bonuses every single month after month after month after month, because nobody's ever done it. Nobody's ever done that, first of all, first month in, right? And nobody's ever done it just between 10 people, right? I mean, this is unbelievable what's happening here. Seriously, I know a lot of people they're feeling my energy right now, because this is just, so these numbers are bonkers to us, and we love seeing it. I love what the developers are doing. I love the ideas they're coming up with. So I just want to make sure everybody understood that, because we've never actually shown what it would be like if it was capped at, if it was at the million, because we were like, hey, let's be real conservative. But for now, for today, for training, now that we see all this momentum that's created, we know we're 1 week out. We got to be real with you guys. I want you to know what you're playing for. I want you to understand why you should be spending this whole night. I want you to understand why we should have 10,000 people on the webinar tomorrow night. I want you to understand that, why we should have 10,000 people on the webinar tomorrow night, because this is what you're playing for. You're playing in the big leagues now. This is going to be huge. This is why BitLocity is going to change more lives in our community than any other company that has ever come before. So, final thing I want to talk about is the BTC price explosion, because I saw that video that you just played at the beginning, and they were talking about, oh my God, the BT price explosion. Because I want to talk to you in real world. I'm always going to be transparent with you. I want you to know what that actually means to you with regards to the BitLocity community. So last night, I don't know, around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, my time, I clipped this article from the CoinDesk. And as you can see, it's Bitcoin's price surge accelerates after passing milestone of $1 trillion market value. Okay, so $1 trillion market value. And at that time, around 3 o'clock in the morning, at least my time, I know there's people on from all over the world, but 3 a.m. my time, it was at 55,336.64, right? So this is, literally, I think just a couple of months ago when this concept first came out from the programmers, Bitcoin is like, I don't know, 10,000 maybe, 11. I don't know. So it's grown incredibly in the time. So a lot of people are sitting around. And I know if you're anything like me and you're excited about BitLocity, you probably look at the price of Bitcoin, not just every day. You're probably looking at it like every 15 minutes, like, you got to get your fix, right? And a lot of people are like, oh my God, Bitcoin's going up. This is incredible. And we're about to be a part of this thing. We can get leverage and we can get Bitcoin. And this is amazing. This is amazing. But the developers, they don't think like us, right? They're not just sitting there thinking like, oh wow, Bitcoin is going up. See, because the developers reached out and said, hey guys, the price of Bitcoin is going through the roof. Bitcoin is hot. And we're like, I know. And they said, do you know what that means? Do you really understand how that affects things? And we're like, yeah, people are going to be more excited. They said, yeah, they are going to be more excited. But there's other downstream things that we have to do now as a development team to prepare for what's happening in the real world with Bitcoin. So now I want to share with you just how these brains work, so you can understand the genius of the development team behind this. Because here's and by the way, I'm about to do a very oversimplified explanation for visual standpoint. I almost feel like I should put a disclaimer here for the people that are on this webinar right now or watching this video later who are not blockchain experts. I say that because I know there are some of you who are watching this that you eat, sleep, and drink blockchain, and you guys know more about blockchain in your little pinky finger than I will probably ever know in my life. I got it. Don't kill me in the chat box because I'm doing an oversimplified breakdown. I'm trying to do it so I can speak English to the people who aren't from this space. And we have a lot of them, which is why they're coming here, because they want all the incredible education that we're offering here in BitLocity. So guys, for you crypto heads, just relax. I know it's oversimplified, but I'm trying to speak to the people that aren't from this space so they can really understand this concept of how this works, and they can understand why we're having the development team do the incredible things they're doing to make this a better situation for everybody. So that said, that being my verbal disclaimer, let's talk about the BTC blockchain. And the best way you should think about the blockchain, at least in terms of this example, is a highway with a toll booth, right? And if you're looking at this picture of this highway with this toll booth, okay, there's very few cars on it. Okay, so as a result, each one of these cars, let's say, is a transaction. You know, you're sending Bitcoin to your friend, and your friend is sending Bitcoin to you, or you're actually getting a package in BITLOCITY that you're upgrading to. So you're sending Bitcoin in to upgrade to that package, etc. Right? And as you can see, because there's very few transactions, transactions, right, on this highway, it's going to move really fast, right? To get from here to here is going to take a half a second, right? And that's what happens when you're actually on the blockchain, right? Depending on the time of the day that you're doing it, depending on what's happening, the demand for Bitcoin, the amount of transactions at that time, right? It can move very fast. So it appears to be instant, right? You're like, hey, I just go in, I type in a couple of things, send it here, click submit, click send. And my friend on the other end, who I was sending the Bitcoin to, said, I see it. It's there. Because there's no traffic, right? There's no traffic. The toll booth, what the toll booth represents, though, is the fact that if you've ever gone out and moved Bitcoin from one place to another, and it's not just Bitcoin, by the way, guys, it's any crypto, there's a fee. And the fee that's charged, very often it can be very nominal, and it's charged, though, to verify your transactions that are happening on the blockchain. Again, oversimplified of what's happening, but it's the toll that you're paying to operate on that blockchain, on that BTC, in this case, blockchain highway, okay? Nominal fee, small toll. The people in the toll booth don't have to work hard because there's very few transactions. It's very manageable, okay? So that's what's happening on the blockchain. Now, let me show you something else. When the price of Bitcoin is going through the roof like it is right now, and everybody in the world is falling all over themselves to get Bitcoin, and people are trading it in and out for altcoins and coming back into it and doing all these types of things, there's times of the day that it's going to look like this. Okay. And if it looks like this, you can imagine now, okay, you saw, we said to get from here to here, you can do that instantly in a second. But now, if you're here trying to get to here, it's not going to take a second, right? It might take 10 minutes. It might take 15 minutes. It might take 20 minutes. You understand? All of a sudden, it's a whole different story. And now these toll booth operators, they're working harder because they're trying to move more transactions through in a compressed period of time, and they're overworked. So they want a bigger toll. That is the reality of the blockchain, right? You're going to have higher fees and decreased speed at higher peak times when more excitement is going on. So as Bitcoin is exploding from 10,000 to 20,000 to 30,000 to 40,000 to 50,000, and you just heard somebody said, oh, maybe they'll go to 100,000, by the end of May or so. I mean, as that is happening, the world is trying to get their hands on more Bitcoin. That's, by the way, why you want Bitcoin, because as you get it, the prices are in a surge for you. But the other thing is that this is happening in the blockchain, right? Higher fees, decreased speed. Neither one of these things are awesome, but it's just the reality of what happens on the blockchain. And it's just the reality of the growth and the explosion that's happening. Okay. So we weren't, the developers, this is how developer brain thinks, right? Marketer brain is like, the price is going up. I literally had somebody call me last night and said, please tell me that you're not launching tomorrow. And I said, why would you want to not launch tomorrow? And he said, well, a few weeks ago when I first heard about this, you guys, I was on one of these Saturday trainings, and the gentleman doing the training said, one of the things I need to do is get ready. So go out, open up a wallet, and buy some Bitcoin so you're ready once we actually launch. And he said, so I've never done this before. So I figured out how to do that. And I got a wallet and I bought a little over $1,000 worth of Bitcoin because I wanted to be ready and I wanted to actually come into some decent package levels once it actually launched. Well, in the few weeks that I've now been waiting for you guys to launch, my Bitcoin balance has gone up by over $800. So please tell me you're not launching tomorrow, because seemingly the longer you guys take to launch, the more money I'm making. That was a very enlightened viewpoint to me. I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting. So again, you want to be in Bitcoin. You want to be involved in this space, because this is all good from you from that perspective of you're able to go out and keep, watching this asset, this digital asset just increase in value. But you also have to understand the higher fees and the decreased speed. So the developer brain said, listen, we got to do something about this. Let me show you why we have to do something about this, because this is what actually is happening behind the scenes in the system, right? Somebody's saying, okay, you have a friend that you tell about this, and they say, okay, I want to join the community, and I'm going to come in at the $75. I'm making a $75 contribution to upgrade to that level, right? So that $75 is flowing in. It's hitting this splitter wallet. Okay, again, I'm oversimplifying this, but you get the point, right? This splitter wallet basically has all the programming code behind it to tell the Bitcoin where it needs to go. That's all it's doing. It's saying it's where you need to go. So for every $75 up to $100,000 contribution is a $10 profit and promotion fee. So it's sending that, saying, okay, $10 of Bitcoin, boom, it's going to go there to whatever wallet is attached there, right? Okay, the 3250 is going to go to the Unilevel, right? So this is your person. He's putting his contribution in. This is your Unilevel. It's not your third or 10th, right? Which would be your pass up. It's any of the other ones. Your wallet is attached here, right? Behind the scenes. So automatically it's going up here and it's ending up in your wallet. Okay, the 3250 here is going down to the matrix. So again, it's going to the matrix. And if this is the first or second position in the matrix, remember the third one is a cycle. If this is the first or second position in the matrix, your wallet is attached here. So it's going down and sending this 3250 to your wallet. That is a very generalized explanation of what is happening from a coding standpoint behind the scenes. However, anybody who's ever done this before, they'll notice that even in this scenario, 3250 being sent here, 3250 being sent here, what actually ends up in your wallet is maybe 3210, or 3120, because of the actual blockchain fee for verifying that transaction, right? So, and nobody really cares about that. They're like, oh, it's a 50 cents, it's $1, it's $1.20, it's whatever. Well, guys, what do you think happens when we get all that congestion that I just showed you and the fees can rocket up, right? You might not care about a 50 cents or 75 cents or $1, but you probably would care if all of a sudden the BTC blockchain fees at that time of the day are at $11. Okay, so now you got 65 bucks, 3250, which is $65, right? And instead, you're getting $32.50 minus $11 for the blockchain fee, which, by the way, has nothing to do with BITLOCITY, right? We can't control this. This is just the BTC blockchain. So you're getting $21.50 for that, and you're getting $32.50 minus $11 down here. So you're getting another $21.50. So your $65 just got chopped down to 43 bucks. That ain't good. And this is what the developers, they were like, listen, a lot other companies, they're just like, hey, it is what it is. That's the fees. That's what the blockchain charges. It's got nothing to do with us, right? But our developers said there's got to be a way that we can help preserve, more of this Bitcoin from a contribution level for our membership and not just be giving it away in fees, right? And here's what they came up with. They said, what if we could create an optional holding tank, a decentralized holding tank that every single person would have, completely optional, but now they could set it so that instead of this $32.50, $30 to $65 is going right into this scenario and being butchered up and chopped up by fees, it would just drop down into their decentralized holding tank. And now, why would you do this? I want to show you. So now they have this holding tank set and we're just dropping it into their decentralized holding tank. So another person comes through same day, maybe 5 minutes later, and they also are upgrading to the $75 level. Again, $10 profit and promotion fee, but the remaining $65, instead of going in here and chopped up by fees right away, drops into your holding tank. Maybe this person then says, hey, I'm going to upgrade to the $100 level. So comes in, $10 profit and promotion fee, the remaining $90 drops in here instead of being chopped up by fees. And maybe they then upgrade to the $200 level, right? $10 profit and promotion fee, $190 drops here instead of being chopped up by fees. Let me show you the difference. In this scenario, without the holding tank, you would have had 65 minus 22 bucks. Then another 65 minus 22 bucks. Then another 90 minus 22 bucks. Another 190 minus 22 bucks. So $88 of fees happening in a matter of maybe minutes, right? Depending on how fast all this upgrading is happening. And you've now got, if you add all this up, it's $410 minus $88 worth of fees. But if you had used this optional holding tank, you'd have that same $410 in the holding tank. And then you could simply go in and say, okay, cool. I'm going to hit this withdrawal button now. And instantly it's sent out to your wallet. And now the calculation is $410 minus an $11 verification from the blockchain. You're getting 399 bucks instead of 410 minus 88. I don't know if you can really understand the genius of how smart these developers are, but nobody else is doing that. Nobody else is. They're just saying, hey, fees are fees. You're on your own. That's got nothing to do with us. Cost of doing business. These guys are trying to figure out at every single turn, what can we do to make this better for the community? If you guys like that, you got to give me some whys in the box. You got to give me some whys in the box. If you understand what I just said, the type of money that they're saving every single person in the community by giving them this option to say, hey, don't get chopped up like that. We're going to figure out a way to work around it. Now, this is amazing. But again, I want to just make sure you understand all the points that I just hit about this, because I know people are going to ask questions about this, but I want to make sure you understand. So here's the first thing I want you to understand about this optional holding tank. It's a completely decentralized holding tank. BITLOCITY is not holding your Bitcoin in our wallet. We don't want the responsibility for holding your Bitcoin in our wallet. This is a completely decentralized holding tank, and it's yours. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you can withdraw from the holding tank whenever you want. There's no time of the day that's off limits. It's whenever you want. It's your holding tank. You can go in there and withdraw 20 times a day if you want to. You can withdraw once a day. You can withdraw once a week. You can do whatever you want, but you're trying to basically aggregate all this stuff coming in and really lessen the fee burden on you. Okay, so you can do that whenever you want. Here's the other thing. When you withdraw, it's instantaneously coming to you via the blockchain. So in other words, if you're withdrawing at a time of night when it's very low traffic and the blockchain is operating within a second, you're going to click withdraw and you're going to see it in your wallet a second later, in your actual blockchain wallet a second later. Okay. If it's a time of day when the blockchain is moving a little bit slower because of all that traffic I showed you on the highway and it takes 10 minutes, hey, right away, you'll get a signal when you click withdrawal. You get a signal to your wallet because that's how the blockchain works that says, hey, you have $410 or $399, I think we said in that example, and it's pending, right? It's pending verification. But once it's verified, $399 additional will now be available in your actual blockchain wallet. It's instantly via the blockchain whenever you withdraw. There's no holdups from us because we're not the one holding your Bitcoin. You are in your actual optional holding tank. Here's the other thing. You can actually preset a withdrawal amount. This is incredible. You don't even have to worry about going back there over and over again and clicking withdraw. You can simply say, hey, every time it hits $400, withdraw it. Every time it hits $1,000, withdraw it. Every time it hits $1,500, withdraw it. Every time it hits $10, withdraw. I don't know why you would do that one, but the point is you can actually do that. And last but not least, because I know this question is going to come up, it's optional. So you can completely disable this feature. You don't have to use, listen, I don't know why you would want to pay the increased fees. Maybe you're a part of the International Fee Society. You think fees are great. I can never pay enough fees. It is completely your Bitcoin. You can do this however you want. You don't even have to use this feature. If you like paying fees, if you think it's better to pay $88 worth of fees in that example I just showed you instead of $11, have at it. Be your own champion. It's completely optional. You can do it however you want. Optional holding tank. I think this is genius. I really do. I think this is genius. Maybe it's just me, but I love the way the minds work of these developers. So that was the higher fees. One last thing I want to talk about is decreased speed. And I kind of just alluded to it right there for a second. when you guys get into your brand new back offices, which for the founders, that's going to be next Friday. For everyone else, it's going to be next Saturday. You're going to notice that you have two different things there. You're going to have transaction history. Okay. So now every time a transaction happens, so I went in last night. This is a testing environment. So by the way, if your username for real is CryptoB, we didn't steal your username. Complete testing environment, doesn't affect the real environment. You're still CryptoB. That's all you. Didn't take it. Okay. So this is your transaction history. I went in just to actually complete a transaction. I paid in the testing environment $25 membership fee last night. Okay. So in your transaction history, all completed transactions will show up with the actual transaction hash, what it's for, the amount, what it, et cetera, right? However, I just got finished telling you that with the speed level, right, there's a chance that you might actually say somebody's on your team is going to come in, they're going to upgrade to $1,000 package as an example. And it might take 10 minutes, depending on the speed of the blockchain, for that actual $1,000 worth of Bitcoin to get to the wallet and be sent to where it's supposed to go to the splitter wallet and be sent to where it's supposed to go to, right? So we know that your guy in your group is going to tell you, hey man, I'm upgrading to the $1,000 package. Okay, I just did it. And then we already know what you're going to do. You're going to go right to your back office immediately, right? And you're going to say, where's my $1,000, right? If I, or whatever, if I'm 990, if you're getting both sides of it minus the $10 price, where's my 990? Where's my 990? What's going on with my 990? I don't see it. And you'll be looking at your transaction history, but really what's going on is, hey, just the speed of the blockchain at that moment, it's taking 10 minutes for things to go through. So here's the deal. The blockchain sends a signal to us saying, there's $1,000 coming of Bitcoin from this particular person. So we already know it's coming. We know $990 of it is going to be yours, right? But it hasn't actually come in. So what's going to happen is instead of being in your transaction history, it's going to be in your pending payments. The 990. Actually, it would be two different transactions. You see 495 for your from your Unilevel and 495 from your matrix, right? Total of $990 worth of Bitcoin, and it's pending because it actually hasn't been received. Cannot actually pay you Bitcoin, can't give you Bitcoin for a contribution that is on the way but hasn't gotten here yet, because we're not actually giving you our Bitcoin, right? It's Bitcoin that's being contributed through the your team. So now what happens is it's in pending. Let's say the blockchain is taking 8 minutes. Exactly 8 minutes later, whenever that $990 worth of actual BTC is really received and hits the splitter wallet, right away, it will go from out of your pending payments into your actual transaction history. Then you will see the actual hashtag and everything of the 495 and 495, and it will be available immediately either in your in your holding tank if you've enabled that feature, right? So you have it in there for withdrawal, or if you've disabled that feature, it will instantly be going to your actual BTC wallet. So that was the way that we addressed the speed issue. As the speed is slowing down, we don't want you wondering if what's going on? Is it broken? Something's going on. Did my Bitcoin not come to me? That's what pending is going to be all about. Again, the second that it is actually received, it switches from pending to real. It's instantly available for either withdrawal from your holding tank, or it's actually going right into your wallet if you disabled the holding tank feature. So I know I threw a lot at you guys, but I'm telling you right now, I did not want anyone to miss anything. I wanted you to know that the level of thought, the level of process from the developers, this is all about what's the best thing for the people, and that's all they've been focused on. And those are some incredible enhancements they've made. We are so excited to be 1 week out from being able to really let you experience this and start getting the leverage from it. So, sir, listen, I appreciate you actually letting me talk about this and sharing with everyone. Guys, I hope you found that extremely helpful and enlightening to you about just how powerful this system is, probably even more powerful than you thought. But with that said, I'm going to actually turn the call back to you so you can talk about some next steps.
All right. Awesome, sir. We really appreciate that detail. I think that clarified a lot of things for everyone. And man, I'm excited. And so a few things we want to share with you, ladies and gentlemen. We are resuming webinars Sunday, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and of course, Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's our international call. So those webinars will resume starting tomorrow and also on Tuesday. And so definitely invite your team members. All the enhancements will be included in those presentations. So you absolutely want to invite your team members and your guests. Now, your guests will not be able to register until we go live. We cannot pre-register people while the work is being completed. So that has to wait. So your guests can look and see what we're doing so that when we go live on Friday and Saturday, let's say Saturday, then they can actually have the opportunity to go in and register and to join the program. All right, the other thing we want to talk about is scammers. Unfortunately, the scammers are really following us around on Facebook. The thing you need to understand, ladies and gentlemen, BITLOCITY will never ask you for any money. They will never ask you to send money to a Bitcoin wallet address. All those things will be done in your BITLOCITY back office, not on a Facebook page. All right, so anytime someone tells you that they're going to give you triple or double or triple the money if you send Bitcoin there, you have to understand that that is not real. BITLOCITY will never ask you to send money to a wallet address, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't even gone live yet. Okay, the next thing you need to understand is that there is a clone BITLOCITY Facebook group out there. That is not us. You want to make sure you use the official BITLOCITY Facebook group. And to help you with that, we have created a domain name. All right, it's simply BITLOCITYofficialFacebook.com. BITLOCITYofficial.com. That is how you get to the official BITLOCITY Facebook group. I'm going to repeat that again. BITLOCITYofficialFacebook.com. Send your folks there. If it's not that link, it's not our official group, ladies and gentlemen. Again, BITLOCITY will never ask you to send money to any wallet address promising to double or triple your money. Those are scammers, ladies and gentlemen. Don't fall for that. Make sure you let your people know as well. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely excited about where we are. BITLOCITY Academy is coming. It's all about education so that you can grow your wealth, ladies and gentlemen. You heard about the amazing bonus pool. You heard about the holding tank, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard about the enhancements to our compensation model. All those things are well worth the wait, just a few more days. So we're excited. We'll see you all on the call tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to invite all of your team members. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all the comments on Facebook, all the comments in the chat group, in the chat box, and also all of our participants on YouTube. Like, comment, and share. We'll see you again on the next call. Goodbye for now.